Hey everyone, welcome to this live session. We're going to be doing a session today on dreams and how you interpret your dreams. We're going to be joined by my co-host very soon. Just give us a few seconds to get set up. Hi everyone who's joining. We're just going to be starting this live session. Just give us a few minutes. I'm just connecting my co-host. So today's session is all about dreams and how you can interpret them. Just waiting for my co-host to join this session. Just give us a few seconds more. Just for the benefit of those who have joined us, we're going to be doing a live session today, guys, on dreams and how you can interpret them. Looking forward to your participation. Just give us a few more minutes till we connect our co-host. Okay, so looks like we're ready to go now. I'm just Hi Gayatri.
Hi, Aman. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to this session. Just quickly checking with you if you can hear me and see me properly.
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Awesome. So
Okay.
just for the benefit of everyone who's joining in, I'm going to tell them quickly that today's live session is about a very interesting topic, which is dreams and how you can interpret your dreams. And I'm joined today by Gayatri Bari, who's a clinical hypnotherapist and an intuitive healer. I've known her for a long time now. She's been in my network, and it's a pleasure to have her back. Gayatri, thank you so much for joining me for this fireside chat, and welcome
Thank
to
you
this session.
for the opportunity.
Lovely. So let's have a really relaxed, enjoyable session. I hope you have your cup of tea, coffee, water with you, and let's. So just for the benefit of everyone, I also want to say that please stay till the end of this session because we're going to be taking questions from you about your dreams, if anything related to our conversation you have, and we will even be asking you to come and join this live if you want. If there are 4 people who can be part of a live, so if any of the audience wants to join us, they can do that. I'll just quickly say hi to everybody who's joined us. We have, I don't know the name, but it's Jidan. So hi, Anchal. Hi, there's Empress. Okay, everybody. Shikha. Hi, awesome. So Gayatri, I think we can get going now.
Yeah.
And my first question to you, Gayatri, is that how do you define dreams? What is your definition of dreams?
So, in therapeutic language, dreams are a communication from your subconscious mind. When
Okay.
your subconscious is trying to tell you something which you are otherwise not able to catch,
Okay.
then dreams is the way in which your subconscious communicates.
All right. Lovely. And when do dreams really occur? If it's part of
So,
the subconscious, like why is it not? Can we tap into dreams at any time we want? Is that so?
I think lucid dreaming is something for that.
Okay.
But if we want and how we can, you know, interpret the message from them so that our
Okay.
subconscious
I
it is
think
guiding us.
we lost you for a minute. Could you just repeat what you were saying? I think there was a connection challenge.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's okay now.
Yeah. So I was saying that if we want to tap into our dreams anytime, lucid dreaming is something which we can use for different purposes. But today we are going to discuss about how to know what your subconscious is trying to tell you. Because subconscious has all the data which you cannot perceive with your conscious mind.
All right.
It is the linear reality, right? It
Right.
can know the past, present, and future at the same time. So it tries to guide you so that you remain on track with your
Right.
soul purpose or soul plan and
Right.
do what you have come here to do, or live in a
Lovely.
way which you would like to live in.
Right. Awesome. So just quickly for the benefit of those who just joined, Pritesh, hi, Nikhil, hi. Today's conversation is all about dreams and how you can interpret your own dreams, and you get to ask your questions at the end of this session. So looking forward to you staying with us. Gayatri, so you mentioned conscious versus the subconscious mind.
Right.
Why do we have these different parts? Any thoughts on that? Why do these different parts exist?
So see, as I said that the subconscious mind has all the data,
Right.
right? If we remember all of it all the time,
Okay.
let's say that you experienced some trauma in your childhood.
Okay.
And that trauma was very big at that point of time for a 5-year-old Aman,
Okay.
which is very insignificant today. But that part of you feels that emotional pain
Right.
and you want to remember it every day, right?
Right.
Because the ultimate reality is physical reality where we are right now. The conscious mind helps us to be here and operate in our life with our logic, with our analysis, decision making
Right.
ability. But a lot of times that trauma is guiding us very subconsciously,
Okay. Got
right?
it. Right.
So that needs to be accessed at some point of time. If I
Right.
want to see that there is a block in my me and my desires or my goals, I need to find out where the block is coming from. So this different part in the mind, like subconscious and conscious, helps us to be here in the present,
Okay.
but the data is stored in the back end,
Right.
like the hard disk. We don't access all the files all the time, but whenever we need, we should be able to access it.
Right. Makes sense. So it's like a repository of experiences which is stored in the subconscious mind, and it can be a little bit challenging if we access it all the time. That's why we don't have access to it at all times. That's what you said, right? I grasped it properly. Awesome. Excellent. And dreams, you said, are something that arise from the subconscious mind, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, lovely. All right. Hi, Pallavi. Hi, Ashnan. Welcome to this session. Just welcoming the new people. All right. Awesome. So, anything else you would like to give in terms of the definition of dreams before we move on to the next, before I move on to my next question for you?
I think if I'm speaking therapeutically about dreams, that's the only definition, that it's the communication from your subconscious. And if
Right.
you interpret it properly, it will help you a lot take appropriate actions, make appropriate choices.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I'll just add on a few of my thoughts over here because this topic comes up in my one-to-one coaching programs. In my happiness coaching programs, people have mentioned that they dream about certain things. And my
Right.
understanding of dreams is basically that there are several states of our existence, almost, if I may use the word consciousness. And the
Right.
consciousness with which we are operating at this moment is different from the consciousness with which we would be operating when we are sleeping. And then there is a particular midway between the two. That's where dreams arise from, that's where they exist. And also, that's what, as you rightfully mentioned, that is the zone of the subconscious mind.
Right.
So this is my understanding of dreams, whereby it's almost during dreaming, in the dreaming state, our existence or our consciousness becomes free from this physical body limitations. You're like free to fly wherever you want.
Yeah.
think about things, log into your previous memories, which you may not log into when you are awake, like you mentioned, because the
Right.
conscious mind is running at that point. So these are a few of the things that I use in my conversations, and these are my thoughts. So yeah, excellent. I'm going to move ahead now to the next question. How do you differentiate between sleeping and dreaming, Gayatri? What is the difference between sleeping and dreaming?
So dreams happen during sleep.
Okay,
When we divide sleep in 3 cycles,
okay,
these 3 cycles of sleep, they have 3 different types of dreams.
okay,
So first third of the cycle,
right,
entire sleep cycle, we have processing dreams.
okay,
Processing dreams are usually all the things that we have done throughout the day. If you notice, when we are in a half asleep state,
right,
we are about to go to deep sleep, we are remembering a lot of things that happened with us throughout the day.
right,
So these
right.
are the processing dreams.
Awesome. Okay,
Therapeutically, that doesn't have much of importance because
okay,
when uh, when we access our environment,
right,
all the data perceived comes into your conscious mind,
okay,
and it can remain there for a while, and then it gets filtered through a critical mind, goes
okay,
to the selective data, goes to your subconscious mind. So
okay,
all of processing is happening in those processing dreams.
okay. This is the first third that you
First,
are talking about. The first
third,
one third, right?
third of the sleep cycle
Right.
has predictive dreams.
Okay,
So the predictive dreams are not literally predictive.
okay,
Okay, they are not literally predicting what is going to happen in your future.
okay.
The
What does
literal
the word
prediction,
predictive,
yeah,
what does the word
yeah,
predictive mean then?
yeah, I'm coming to that. So literal prediction dreams are called as visions.
Can you repeat that? They're called as
Visions,
visions. Okay,
vision.
got it.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, yeah,
Why dreams are called predictive if they are not predicting?
correct.
They are, so dreams are usually metaphoric. You
Okay,
might see yourself flying, which is not literally going to happen, right?
right.
Or in one scene, you are maybe on top of a mountain, and then the next scene, you are, swimming.
Yeah, you can be
That's
anywhere in dreams, right? Yeah,
yeah, that's not something logically that's going to happen. But
right.
still, they're predicting something in metaphoric.
Okay,
So what are they predicting? Based on your current choices in your life, how the
right.
future likely looks, like what kind of future you're walking towards.
Could you
The
repeat that?
predictive dreams,
That was
sorry,
an
yeah,
important line. Could you repeat that for me and for the audience?
yeah.
Line. Yeah.
So, based on your current choices,
Yeah.
kind of future you are walking into.
Interesting. And you get visions of those?
No, so the visions are the literal prediction. Okay, we'll come to the visions a little later.
Okay.
So, when is this okay? Clear about predictive dreams? They are
Yeah,
predicting
this
a
one.
likely future based on your current choices.
Right.
Yeah, not in a
Right.
metaphoric, not in a literal sense.
Okay.
And then the third half, third part of the sleep cycle, the last third,
Right.
is the venting dream.
Venting.
Venting dream. So venting dreams are something which is changing in your subconscious mind now, and subconscious mind wants to throw out that belief system or that emotional experience because it is no more useful.
Interesting. So is it like a release? Is something that the subconscious wants to get out of the system, let go of?
Yeah.
So is
So
it safe to say it's like a healing process almost? This third part, is it like a healing process?
yes, let's say you used to feel a lot of anxiety, and then you started doing some meditation or some affirmations, or you went to a therapist or a healer and you're working on yourself.
Right.
Now, your experiences, the past memories,
Right.
these won't change, past won't change, but the way you felt about that incident in the past is going to change.
Okay,
So that
interesting.
has changed, though emotional experience has changed. So subconscious mind doesn't need to store that anymore. So that time it will start venting out of that.
Lovely. So it's like you basically accessed certain belief systems at this stage. Those belief systems which may not be serving you, that you're letting go of them. It would be correct to
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah. So how to, as I said, the dreams are metaphoric. So how to interpret them? How to interpret those metaphors?
Right.
So the most basic question here is anything that you see in your dream.
Okay.
You need to ask yourself, what does it mean to me? For example,
At what stage do you ask this question? I'm presuming it is after you have waken up, right? Woken up, right?
you can't interpret when you are dreaming, right? First
Right.
of all, some people remember their dreams. If you
Yeah.
want to use your dreams to be guided properly, then maintain a journal so that you
Right.
can write down the dream as soon as you get up.
Right.
Sometimes
Do
we
you
tend to
recommend
forget
doing that?
them. Sorry?
Do you recommend doing that for people who have regular dreams? Should they journal their dreams? Because it might have, as you said, it's a healing process.
Yeah, so what happens is usually like we tend to forget the details in the dream in the
Okay.
course of the day. So it's
Correct.
good to journal them as soon as you get up. Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
later on you can read, and for each and every element, you can basically ask one question. There is a series of questions therapeutically we need to ask ourselves, but at least
Okay.
one basic question is, what does this mean to me? Let's say
Right.
two people see snake in the dream.
Okay.
For one, it is a thrilling experience. For the other one, it is fear. The snake
Right.
represents danger or fear. So
Right.
that's how metaphor is there. That's how it is communicating that something that you are afraid of or
Right.
something that you feel about.
Right. Makes sense.
And that's
Interesting.
yeah, and that's how you can get a complete story out of that, illogical story in the dream.
Yeah.
And
Why do some
it will
people
make sense.
remember?
Yeah.
Why do some people remember their dreams and some not? Is there some significance over there also? Or is it just a probability game over here?
No, it could be. It could be. In my experience, when someone is really, uh, you know, too much interested about their own uh, growth,
Right?
self growth, or
Okay.
awareness, they
Okay.
want to pay attention to everything that's happening to them. So, somewhere, consciously and subconsciously, they are wanting to remember the dream,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Not only because just because it is interesting, but maybe they want to understand why this is happening to me, why this kind of dream, why that kind of dream. And
Right.
some people are comparatively lesser interested in working on themselves to grow,
Got it.
becoming introspective. Not everybody is equally introspective.
Got it.
Or for some people, maybe it doesn't come that dreams can help them to understand their mind. So it
Right.
all depends on different factors, I believe. But yes, if somebody is not able to remember their dreams, it is very easy for them to start remembering.
Is it? That's what I was about to ask you. Is it possible to cultivate the ability to remember your dreams?
Yes.
Can
So
you
one
throw
of
some
the
light on
most
that?
effective method is maybe doing self-hypnosis and giving a suggestion to your subconscious mind that now onwards you're going to remember your dreams and you're
Okay.
going to have your dreams so that they can guide you better. If
Lovely.
you don't know how self-hypnosis, even a simple affirmation just before you go to sleep is good enough. Do
That I
that
would
at
like
least
to remember my
20 minutes.
dreams.
Yeah,
Just tell yourself, just affirm that I want to
yeah.
remember my
And
dreams if they come to me. That also works, is what you're saying, right?
yes. And do that at least for 21 days
Okay.
to maybe 40 to 90 days because that's the time in which the homeostasis of our body changes.
Absolutely.
Any system becomes our lifestyle,
Right.
and then eventually you'll notice that you have started, remembering dreams. Same goes with some people say that I don't dream only. Some of
Correct.
my clients have said that I don't dream generally.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So even in that case, they can give the suggestion that I'm going to have the dreams and
Okay.
I'm going to remember them.
Lovely. So is it good or bad to have dreams like you mentioned? Even some of my, as I was telling you earlier, in my coaching sessions, some people say that I dream a lot and some say I don't dream at all. So is it like if somebody is dreaming a lot, they are growing more or something? Is there a significance over there?
So when you need to change something about your choices, about your actions, about the direction
Yeah.
of your life, then
Yeah.
the dreams will come more often
Okay. Automatically, you mean?
because they're trying to show you, you need to discard this belief system or change this belief system. And based on your choices, this is how the future might look. So you need to make a different kind of choice. So
Right.
if you're not any of those, I won't call it mistake, but let's say you are on your soul plan, you are on track
Right.
with your plan.
Right.
Subconscious has nothing to show or nothing major to show, right?
Right.
That's the time you may not have dreams.
Okay, so it could actually be the other way that if somebody's not having dreams, they're a little more sorted. The other way, as opposed to as I was saying. So even that could be possible.
These are still general assumptions because when we start working with people one on one,
Yeah,
everyone has a unique story to it. But
absolutely.
generally, we can say that maybe their subconscious doesn't have much to show.
Right. Would it be possible that it's also being repressed? If you don't have dreams, could it be possible that somebody is suppressing certain things and not letting them come out?
It could be, but in the sleep time, you don't have much of a control on your subconscious. See, subconscious is throughout our life, it is awake
Right.
and in control. But
Correct.
when we are awake, our conscious is also in control.
Right.
When we are asleep, the conscious is not in control.
Correct.
So a person can't consciously try to suppress or control. Subconsciously, maybe it is a pattern and that can be broken if they
Right.
wish to.
Interesting. So generally, if somebody is of the nature where they don't address their fears, their worries, is it possible that that attitude, that way of working is also getting downloaded to the subconscious and is beginning to affect the subconscious, and
So
thereby
what
maybe it is
happens?
restricting dreams?
So what happens is the first ever trauma that we experience
Okay.
that is there because in the first 8 years of our life there is no filtering happening between from conscious to subconscious. The
Correct.
critical filter is it formed.
Correct.
And that's the reason first 8 years are the most critical time in our life. It's like a software is getting developed and then
Right.
rest of our life, the same software is going to be.
Correct. Makes sense. That's
Yeah.
what I also talk about. That though actually, in my understanding, it's the first 7 years. You said 5 years, right? It's
Eight
somewhere between
years.
5 to 10. Yeah, 8 years. So my understanding that it's 7 years. So approximately 7, 8 years is when
Yeah.
the child is most conducive to downloading new information in his
Right.
subconscious. And as
Right.
you said, there's no soldier standing over there that prevents things from going in. That's
Right.
why that's why it's so important. I tell people, in fact, especially parents who are there in my coaching community, that please be very vigilant about the way you behave and the way you talk around your
Hmm.
children, because they are literally like a sponge. They are just absorbing everything that you are saying, and you have to be
Yes.
vigilant. Use positive words. Stay away from talking about too many negative things. If you say things like, for example, if a parent has experienced a lot of injustice from people around them, their view may have become that people in general are bad. People in general are only thinking about themselves. And if they talk about that unconsciously without realizing it, that's the exact same system which will get downloaded into their child. So that therefore it's very, very important for people to be vigilant about around children.
Yeah.
Right?
So, coming back to the question then, if people are not working on their negative emotions,
Right.
then that kind of attitude will lead to what? Will that
Right.
affect the subconscious? Will affect their life. Why? Because let's say this child had 4 such instances of this negative belief by the age of 8.
Correct. Okay.
And then afterwards, whenever similar thing came that matched with the subconscious, so critical filter allowed it. Now this person is 25-year-old,
Right.
has a very clear belief system that people are very selfish and
Right.
they will do anything to you for their own benefit.
Correct.
So has a trust issue, not doing anything about that trust issue, not looking for way out. What will
Right.
happen? Next time a similar incident happens, this belief will become stronger and stronger and stronger.
Reinforcing the same belief.
That's how the postulates get it.
Right. So what happens the way, very rightfully, very right way you said this, the way that I also explain this to people is that, and any event that's happening in your life is actually based on your own belief system, or rather your own belief system is what is attracting that event in your life. And every time that event shows up, you don't realize that it's your own belief that has actually brought it around, specifically for repeated events. But what you do at this point unconsciously is you say, yes, because this is happening, my belief is correct.
Yeah.
And that's how it gets strengthened.
Yeah.
This is another very...
That's because we don't remember that earlier trauma. Na? You remember you said why the subconscious is different. We don't remember the root cause.
Absolutely.
So we feel, oh, I have 10 such experiences, but we don't remember the first one where the story got tweaked.
Correct. Where it all began, the first seed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Lovely. So, yeah. I think the most interesting question that even I am most keen to hear your answer on is, how do you interpret dreams? I think you briefly started talking about it, but let's get into this a little bit in detail. How does one interpret their dreams?
So the first step...
Just saying hi to the people who are joining in now. Hi, Digital Smita. Okay, Smita. Hi, Manali. Welcome to this session. We're talking about dreams and how to interpret dreams. If you all are able to understand what's going on, although all of you who are here with us, just put a yes in the comments. So if you have a question, you can even put a question in the comment and we'll try and answer it real time. Yes, Gayatri. So just going back to my question to you.
Yeah.
How do you interpret dreams?
So the first question is, you need to ask which phase the dream was in.
Okay.
Was it a predictive dream or a venting dream?
Okay.
That's one question, because then you'll know what kind of message the theme of the dream is. That's one thing. Then you can ask whether it was related to my psychology, my belief system, or was it related to my physical body. Sometimes you feel the body sensations were too strong in the dream, so through that the dream is trying to communicate something. Then with each and every element you need to ask, what does this mean to me?
All right.
What was the core emotion in the dream?
And when people ask these questions, how easy is it for them to answer it? What if they cannot identify which phase it is in? Like, I think Pallavi is asking the same question. Thanks, Pallavi, for your question. So she's saying, how do you judge the phase? Similar. Yeah.
So see, it's very simple. The first part of the sleep cycle is not important therapeutically.
Right.
The third part is you get up with that dream.
You get up with that dream.
Yeah, it's the last part of the sleep cycle. So you get up with that dream, I was just dreaming and then I have got it. Right. So that's the venting. And sometimes what happens with the predictive dream is, as you watch the dream,
right,
you get up in a shocking manner or in an anxious manner.
Okay.
Something you see and then you just get up. And if
Okay.
you generally look at the time, let's divide the sleep in 6 hours,
Okay.
12 to 6. You went to sleep at 12 and
Right.
you are getting 6 in the morning. So the time will be somewhere between 2 to 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the one very important factor of predictive dream is you will get up with some kind of negative emotion. Either you got shocked or afraid. So I can give you an example. Let's say
What
uh,
if it was a
this,
positive dream? That means you were just happy in the dream. Is that also possible? Do people report that?
it is possible. It is possible. And then with the help of all the questions that you ask yourself, you will be able to interpret the metaphor again. So I'll give
Okay.
you the example of, one of the predictive dreams. Let's say
Okay.
this man who is overweight,
Okay.
yeah, and has taken the gym membership but not doing much about it, not very regular.
Okay.
And then kind of a foodie,
Okay.
so loves to munching and all the junk foods and
Right.
whatever he wants, ane do.
Right.
And then one fine day, he dreams that he has gotten a heart attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Or he just, running and something is running behind him, chasing him, and he's not able to run because of his weight. He's panting and then he falls down because of that heart attack.
Okay. Okay.
And that all of that physical charge, he gets up.
Okay.
So, what is the message here? The mind is trying to show you that you need to work on your health, else this is what is going to happen.
Okay.
So that's how the signal is coming that change the course of actions towards your health. Next
Right.
day, maybe this person, even if he's traveling
Mm-hmm.
and he can't go to his gym, he'll make sure that he goes on a walk.
Okay.
So he becomes proactive about his weight, about his health, about his fitness. So
Okay.
that's how the metaphor can be interpreted. And that's how the predictive dream is trying to show you that based on your current choices, what's likely going to happen.
Interesting. Is it such that every dream you get has some interpretation and has some value, and you have to learn something from every dream? Or it could be just a random thing also?
So it could be as simple as if there is no great message, then as I said, that venting dream. By the way,
Okay.
every dream, even a predictive dream, has something to vent out. And you will know, you will feel it.
Okay.
So another example, let's say somebody is coming to me for
Mhm.
therapy,
Okay.
and this man says that I want to work on my relationship with my wife. We keep on arguing, fighting. So we
Right.
do a therapy. And then I tell him that go and, just observe if you get any dream.
Okay.
Now he comes and he says that I got up with a dream where I was fighting with my wife.
Okay.
So what does this tell us? That his mind has vented out that idea, that belief system that there are going to be the fights between him and his wife.
Basically, he's expecting to be in fights. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so here there is a myth which I'm going to, destroy.
Okay.
Usually we have read that सुबह के सपने सच होते हैं,
Right. The ones
right?
that you
Here
get early
the
morning.
dream that you're getting up with is usually opposite. Whatever
Okay.
you are, so don't go literal opposite, right?
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
ask that what in all of these, symbols in the dream, what
Right.
feeling I'm thinking that I vented. And that's
Okay.
the reason what was the core emotion, or if there are certain group of emotions that you have felt throughout the dream,
Right.
then which is the core one. And do I feel, oh, maybe I have vented out the anger here,
Got
or
it.
maybe my mind is showing that I'm still not venting out the anger, I'm venting out ideas of being happy. That means I need to do more work. So at
Interesting.
least that one message will always be there from the dreams.
Lovely. Okay. So, in summary, what are the things that one needs to do to interpret their dreams? Number one, they're supposed to figure out which phase it is in. whether
Yeah.
it's 1, 2, or 3, which phase. Second, they're supposed to ask themselves what emotion is it trying to convey,
Yeah.
right? And what is the third thing? If there is a third thing,
Uh, like, you can ask for everything that you have seen in the dream. What does this mean to me?
okay. And just
Yeah, like
asking this question
example
will
will give you some idea about what is happening in your subconscious.
interesting. Okay. And does it take time for people to be able to get answers to this question? Do some people get
I think
answers easily?
it comes with practice.
Comes with
It
practice.
comes with
Right. Lovely. Awesome. Okay. Okay, thanks. That's a lot of learning and insights over here. I'm going to move on to my last question to you, which is how does one, first of all, can somebody use their dreams to help them with creating a life of their dreams? For example, manifesting things that they want in their life. You did
yes.
mention that dreams can be used for healing purposes. Now, my question is, can dreams be used for creating a life that people want, for manifesting things? And if so, how can they do that?
Okay. So here is a straight thing. Let's say you want a particular kind of job.
Okay.
Yeah. Now ask yourself, if I get this job, what will be my emotional state?
Okay.
So you say, I'll feel content. I feel
Okay.
happy.
Right.
Now form a suggestion around feeling content and happy.
Could you repeat that part?
Form a suggestion
Hmm.
for feeling content and happy.
Okay. Can you elaborate on that? What do you mean by form a suggestion?
So write a one statement affirmation, a suggestion,
Okay.
right?
Right.
And then I would recommend here that you can learn self hypnosis and do it, because it will ensure that this is going into your subconscious.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, if you don't know, you can start with saying this suggestion affirmation to yourself just before
Right.
you go to sleep. Don't
Okay.
look at your phone, don't read or watch anything else after you say this suggestion, and just go to sleep.
Got
Now,
it.
what will happen if you are giving that suggestion to your subconscious mind? Slowly, more number of files are getting stored in the subconscious. Every day, 21 files,
Okay.
right?
Right.
So, with eventually, that particular belief system will become a one of the strong emotions, one of the strong experiences, emotions stored in your subconscious,
Okay.
right?
Right.
And usually our subconscious, when it is guiding us, we act in that direction. So if I'm feeling happy and content, I'll
Right.
act towards my desire of having that kind of job with that feeling of being content and happy.
Okay.
And that will create the same kind of outcome.
Okay.
Right? But on
Right.
the way, your dreams will show you how far are you. If you're still in your dream, you're getting a message that you're still not feeling content and happy.
Right.
That means desire is still not manifesting for you in your belief system.
Got it.
And if you start noticing that your dreams have started giving you that message that yes, you feel happy and content now, then you know your actions are already helping you to reach your goal.
Very nice. Interesting. So it basically is possible for you to use your dreams to
Yeah.
analyze where you are, to figure out where you want to go, and also to help you to create certain ways to get there, to get insights to get there. Is this a correct
Yes.
summary?
Yes.
Sounds lovely. Excellent. So this is also very new for me because in my coaching programs, I do help people understand how to manifest, how to create things. Using their dreams is going to be a very interesting thing. So it's nice
Right.
to learn about this new thing. Awesome. Anything else you would like to add in this part about using your dreams to manifest?
Not here, but yes, I spoke about something called as visions, and I said I'll come back to that later. So
Right.
what are the literal predictions, right?
Right.
So your subconscious might sometimes show what is going to happen in future
Okay.
in a literal sense.
Okay.
Yeah? And how do you differentiate? How do you know if you had a vision or you
Okay.
had a collective dream or a venting dream?
Right.
Vision will always be literal. Like there will be some literal details
Right.
which generally a dream doesn't have.
How do you identify what is a literal meaning and what is a metaphorical meaning?
Yeah. So uh, one of my teachers, generally gets visions. So once he shared with us, he
Okay.
saw one of his uh, friends getting into a flight to New Zealand, and that
Okay.
flight got cancelled after he boarded the flight.
Okay.
And in that particular vision, he could
Okay.
even see very clearly what his friend was wearing,
Okay.
and the lady sitting next to him, what she was
Okay.
wearing. If you notice, dreams generally don't give us a lot
So
of
much
detailing of
detail.
such things, right? What
Right.
color of dress and what kind of accessories she was wearing. And
And this is something that had not happened yet. This is something that
so,
had not happened yet.
yeah. He saw that dream, and then I think he even clearly got the day when
Okay.
this is going to happen. And he called his friend.
Okay.
And he said, "Are you at the airport?" So he said, "Huh." And he thought maybe some other person in the family or friend circle must have told him. So then
Right.
he said, "I'm wearing this." And his
Right.
friend was, really
Very
confused.
short.
Thought that
Right.
he's watching somewhere nearby.
Right.
And
You must have thought
um,
he's become a psychic.
yeah. And then he said that you're going to board the flight, but this is going to get cancelled. And he said, "तू मजाक कर रहे हो ऐसे तो कुछ होना नहीं है." I
Right.
said, "ठीक है, when this gets cancelled, then you call me." He
Right.
said, "नहीं, कुछ भी ऐसे ही मतलब मजाक कर रहे हो."
Right.
Then he was like, "Okay, fine. जब फ्लाइट में बैठोगे और तुम्हारे नेक्स्ट सीट पे ऐसे ऐसे कोई एल्डरली लेडी होंगी तो मुझे कॉल करना." एंड देन ही कॉल्ड.
Right.
The flight got cancelled. So the
Right.
vision will have literal real life details.
Got it. It becomes
Yeah.
very crystal clear, you mean, in a
Yeah.
vision oriented dream. Otherwise, there are vague details, not very, very clear.
Yes.
Understood. So that's one major differentiating factor.
Yeah.
Awesome, lovely, great. Thank you so much for your insights. I'd
Thank
just
you.
like to ask anyone if they have any questions, and I'll just check if there are any questions up here which were there which we may have missed, because otherwise that brings us to the conclusion of today's session. And I think we answered Pallavi's question. If there was, I don't think there's any other question over here. Sounds good. So, Gayatri, thank you so much for this session. It's been
Thank
a
you.
pleasure to talk to you over here.
It was a great experience.
A lot
Thank
of
you.
learning for me also, insights for me. And I hope this information helps us both in our own coaching programs, whatever we have been able to share with each other.
Definitely.
Thank you so much. I'm wishing you a good day, and thank you to all the participants who were able to join us.
Thank
Looking
you. Thank
forward to
you everyone for
connecting with
joining.
you all. All right. Thank you, Gayatri. I think we'll sign out then for today. Have a good
Thank
day.
you too.
All right. Thank you. Bye.